Doing a 3-car garage today. Just got all these pigments picked up. Got a bunch of flake in the back. Bunch of it's already there. Yeah. So as you can see here, we are grinding the garage floor, and that is to get a nice smooth surface for the epoxy to stick to later on, which you'll see. And that cardboard box is also a homemade shroud. So the shroud is just a little piece around the end of the grinder, and it helps keep that dust under control in there, because you really don't want to be breathing all that in. And really, no matter what, there's still going to be dust in the air, but that shroud will help keep it under control. Just give it time for that vac to pull it all up. And you can see Dave here swinging it side by side, because that's a 20-inch grinder, and you can't use a 20-inch grinder in a straight line because it will dig holes, and you do not want any holes in a client's garage or driveway, patio, etc. They will not be too happy about that. And now you can see here me starting to sweep up a little bit for him in the background, and that's just to get all that excess dust off of the floor.
She's old though. You can tell by the grays and shit in her hair.
She's happy.
The only thing that's left in here, we gotta hit these fronts. Gotta hit them. And I'm gonna buzz around with the red. I'm gonna bring the red Humvee in that I got.
Alright.
Concrete protector. Let you try that one out.
Are we doing, I think my dad said something about that.
The stem wall, any concrete we see underneath them walls, we gotta hit.
Now here you can see us going around. We call this the Humvee, and that is basically to get all of the edges. And that's a smaller grinder. It's a handheld grinder, but it has a little attachment, so you don't have to get down on your hands and knees. Saves your back and knees a lot. And here you can see him going around again with it. This is up by the garage doors. Now this thing kicks up a lot more dust into the air than any other grinder. Same with the handheld one too. The Humvee wouldn't fit under the garage doors, so here he is going to town with that thing. And that thing's a beast. You'd expect it not to do that much because of how little it is, but that thing will put in work on some concrete. I'll tell you that. And, there you see them tarps there too, is because it was raining that day, and we don't want the concrete to get wet. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to do a base coat that day, and that would really ruin our whole day there. So that's kind of how we got it set up with some tape and drape. We use that so that way we can extend the coating all the way out past the garage doors. So here we are going around with the Humvee again, just getting all the edges. Like I said earlier, the bigger grinder couldn't get up close, and it would actually kind of damage the trim and walls if we tried to use it. And then after that, I swept all that extra dust up that the shop vac couldn't pick up with the grinder. So where it's like vacuuming a carpet.
Yeah.
So what you got going on here, Dave?
This is the color packs. 2 for 1A. Put 2 of them in, and one of these, and one little bucket. Gives us our 3-kit combo.
About to knock this floor out. It's all prepped. Got to mix our solution up now. You guys will see us rolling. So here we get into the base coat, and you can see us going around the edges there with the brush, getting up all of them. It's called the stem wall. It's a little strip of concrete. Then here's Dave laying some of the base coat with the roller. It's an 18-inch, and It's pretty simple actually. Here, get a better look at it. It moves pretty quick. It's epoxy, 2-part A, 1 part B, and there's 2 pigment packets in there. After that, as it's still wet, obviously, you throw the flake down, and it's kind of just a freestyle at that point. You just want to get a good, nice, solid coverage with all the flake. See how fast Dave's moving here. And yeah, we just keep you roll it, and then rinse and repeat. It's not hard to do at all. Have 2 guys in there, one rolling, throwing some flake. I'm getting his next bucket ready to go. And you see, he's just knocking it out the park. Move pretty quick. After the grinding and prep is what takes the longest. Once you get there, then you're pretty much golden. Here's some more flake shots. Nice slow-mo action. And yeah, it turned out pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with that. Happy with how this all turned out. Customers were great. They didn't have any issues. They were letting us listen to music and whatnot. And then after we get it all flaked and we got that epoxy down, got to come back tomorrow after that dries and apply the final step, which is the top coat, and that will make it shiny. Here's just more clips of him rolling. Well, day 2 out here. It's actually really nice out today for February. Let all that epoxy dry last night. Time to put this clear coat down. Got to do some scraping. After we scrape it, got to collect the leftover chips and put that top coat on. See where we go. Here is the next step after we got our base coat applied, which is we got to collect all the leftover chips. And the easiest way to do this is a leaf blower. I mean, you can obviously tell how fast we did this. And I'm just pretty much blowing them all into a corner that I like and I want to pick out, so you don't want to blow them out the garage. That's definitely a no. But as you can see, I picked that little corner over there by the door. And you can see how many there were. I think there was 3 boxes. We call them reclaim. And you can always use those for the next floors you do. And there's all of our reclaim. Got about 3-4 boxes full of it. That's from collecting all of them with the leaf blower and scoop them up with a shovel. We'll use those for other jobs. Now, I didn't get any actual footage of us scraping, but you basically vac up all the scraped off chips because they're standing up. When you're throwing them down, they'll tend to stand straight up and down, and that's why you have to scrape it. And after you scrape those chips off, they're not full chips anymore. They're only about quarter chips, so then you gotta sweep them all up. What you doing, puppy dog? It's all swept up. Now we're heading into our clear coat. When that goes down, then it's pretty much finished. So get some footage of the clear coat going down. It's not too interesting, but I mean, gives it a nice shine at the end. Yeah, here we are cutting in that clear coat just how we did for the base coat. You got to get all that concrete that's under the walls. It's only really a 3-inch section all the way around, but the customer wanted us to do it, so we did it. And now here you can see Dave applying that clear coat, and this is a different material. It's called polyspartic, and it's essentially the same thing. It just dries a lot faster, and it's a different chemical combination that it's used for. But it dries a lot faster, and it's an anti-slick surface, so that helps in a lot of things if you have a pool, or like they had a pond in the background, so they definitely don't want anybody coming in and falling. As you can see, it's real shiny. It's bringing out the true color and true shine of the floor, so as you can see here, we're talking to customers, they were happy. It's always good. There's the end result. clear coat on top. That's pretty sweet. Alright, everybody. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. Sorry for my voice, I'm a little sick, but I'm gonna take a little different approach in this video and kind of make it more educational, more or less than vlogging the whole time. So you guys can give me some feedback on that, and peace.